apparently.
What if Wolverine had like
Professor
little...
X is South African?
No, he looks it. He does look it. If you just saw Professor X's portrait, you go, that dude speaks Afrikaans, for sure.
I mean, I guess he does look like someone who might hang out with Elon Musk's dad all day.
Welcome to Two Hotties and a Naughty, a podcast about life's little victories, hotties, and constant disappointments, naughties. Here are your hosts, Michael Beck, Hicks, and Dwight Slappe.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Two Hotties and a Naughty. I'm Slice Hicks.
I'm Dwight Slappe.
And I'm Michael Beck.
So you know how it goes when I lead off. I like to lead off with a really hard-hitting topic, something to really rack your brain with, and this week is no exception. You know, it's fall, beautiful foliage. What's your hottiest tree? That's right, your hottiest tree. Me, myself, and I? There's only one choice. It's that sweet, sweet sugar maple, boys. You know, look out there. What? Oh, I'm sorry. Beck's a Mrs. Butterworth type of guy out here. I like the real deal, boy, not that high fructose corn syrup shit. Get it off my table. No log cabin on this. That is a sugar maple. All that pure. And it's not just for the syrup. It's a beautiful tree. I mean, look at it. You got one in your neighborhood? Oh, I forgot your neighbor cut their trees down, Beck. Probably not.
Hold on, guys. Hold on a second. Hold on. I just have to take this call. Yeah, have you? Yeah, can I get on that other podcast? He's talking about trees this week. Yeah. I don't see it. Yeah, I'm using my hand because I'm recording with my phone, so I had to use this other line. No, okay, you'll get back to me? All right, I guess I'll make do with this for now. Thanks, bye.
God damn it. One
Go
week
ahead.
They'll pick him up. 1 week they'll take him.
Also, our very vibrant, youthful audience isn't going to get a joke about making a hand gesture or a phone gesture with your hand. Jesus Christ.
Man, we're really knocking it out of the
They
park.
don't know what hands are, so there we go.
Oh, yeah.
Well, my first instinct was to grab it like this and do it. And ask the operator to connect.
Give me Klondike 53287, please.
Please give me Transylvania 65000. I need to speak to Mr. Ed Bagley Jr.
But yeah, man, maples, sugar maples, they are
Right.
fucking cool. They are great. I mean, if you want to put maples, they're strong enough. You could put a tire swing out there if you wanted to. You could sit in the shade if you wanted to. You could climb it. Treehouse, why not? Sugar maples, great trees. Great trees.
It's
What
the
about
state
you,
tree
Dwight?
of West Virginia.
Oh, see? Even better. I didn't
Really?
even know that.
Yeah.
I
didn't
even
know
know
that.
that.
Well,
You
I had
know
to take
what?
I had to take a civics West Virginia studies class because I grew up here. This is the mysterious knowledge you guys weren't blessed with growing up.
My guess is that there are at least 8 states whose state tree is the sugar maple. That is my guess.
Oh, yeah.
Just like how every state's state bird is the cardinal.
Yeah, at
Guess
least
what?
half of
West
them.
Virginia's is. It's definitely the cardinal.
Cardinal. So is Ohio.
So is
So
Ohio's.
is everybody. Yep. And when in doubt, like no one wants to pick a robin. That's a dumb bird to pick. You got to go with the flair. Get that fucking cardinal. It's all your dead relatives too.
Here in Virginia, our state bird is, I assume, something majestic like the bald eagle.
During the 80s, there was a campaign to make our state bird Larry because he was a white basketball player, but it didn't go far.
Virginia state bird, Beck, is also a cardinal. Just looked it up.
There
Wherever
we
you go, there you are. That's it.
This is just tremendous non-tree content. See, Slice? See what's
Where do birds
possible?
live, Beck? Where do birds live? A fucking
got you
tree,
there.
you ingrate.
This is fair. This is fair.
Not all birds. Not all birds. Can we say as a
Well-
podcast, not all birds?
Not all of them. But cardinals.
Cardinals. Yeah. Some birds are dead.
Don't come at us with your science. We know some birds are dead. If
Right,
they
but we-
exist at all.
Right.
If they
we
exist at
acknowledge their
all.
existence. I think we're pro bird existence on this podcast. I don't want to speak for everybody. I've seen Dwight post some things on Facebook, so I'm not going to speak for everybody, but
I'm not saying all birds are fake, but some of them definitely are.
Oh, we need to get back to maple trees.
whatever. I'm thinking about next week's hottie is going to be hottie state bird. I'm looking through all these gems out here.
I can't wait for all of us to say cardinal.
Well, my favorite tree. Wait, Dwight, have you said your favorite tree yet? You have not. have-
Yeah, I'm not. Is it my? It's my turn.
Lay it on us.
My favorite tree are those big walking trees from Lord of the Rings. What are they called?
Ents.
Nerd alert! Got you. Yes!
I knew it was a trap. I was like, Dwight knows what this
Yeah.
is.
Of course I know what it is.
It's fine. Everyone knows I don't really like these books that much, so it's fine if I know things about them.
That's not even my answer. I just wanted to do that little bit. My hottiest tree, of course, is a Christmas tree. I'm not gonna go deep in. I don't know what trees are what. I know some of them have needles, some of them have leaves. There's that tree in the third Karate Kid movie that they're very particular about. But the one I like is the one that sits in my living room every Christmas season, and you get to put fun decorations on it.
I thought you meant the kind that come in the box with Little Debbie on the front. That's a good one too.
Now, I think I get those. I think that's
you
all
do.
part of my thing.
By proxy. By proxy.
Yeah.
It's a great choice.
Yeah.
I would probably trade maple syrup for those delicious little trees, honestly.
I got to write this down because we're going to have to do Hottie's Little Debbie cake at some point.
Damn it. That was actually the one I thought of like 2 weeks ago. I was racking my brain trying to remember what it was. I was like, God, what was it?
I can't believe we're teasing the audience with such good topics.
We got to tune in next week to hear that. Mm-hmm.
Hottiest,
We're going to have a lot more tree content to cover next week. I mean,
hottiest
this little Debbie
hostess,
topic.
hostess cake, hottiest Oreo flavor.
Oh, there's so many to choose from.
But I think we may have discussed this. Last year when I had an allergy test, I found out that I am allergic to every tree, every single one of them. So
Even the ants?
Well,
You had that.
I mean-
you had that little, that little affair with Treebeard that one summer.
tete-a-tete with
Tete-a-tete.
when I was having sex with that tree.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Mhm. That's it.
When I was getting thoroughly branched.
Getting thoroughly bred.
Was the sap sweet or salty? I gotta know.
Depends on what they ate that day.
Oh, this is. I cannot endorse this program. Oh, this is very sad. And the worst part about this is that I was also going to say Christmas tree for my hottiest tree when Slice brought this up, but now that's taken from me, and I don't know. I have to say some bullshit like an ash, and I don't even know what that is. What's the
I know Ash does things.
what's the tree where like the bark kind of peels away from the tree? Does anyone
I
know
just
what
thought
I'm
of the
talking
topic. I'm not a
about?
fucking arborist or whatever. I don't fucking know. Jesus. What's the tree that has the delicate little purple blossoms that come out? I don't fucking know. No
Well-
sap because it makes maple syrup. I know a Christmas tree because we have one every year. Jesus, I couldn't identify another tree if my life depended on it.
Wait! I have one. I have a better idea. Just delete everything so far.
No.
Not happening.
The hottiest tree is, of course, a cherry tree, because my wife has planted several in our front yard and is going to plant more in the backyard, I think, at some point in the next month, because apparently this is the time of year when you plant trees. I don't know. I'm less of an arborist than Slice is.
I'm so glad that it's because Crystal planted so many trees. I thought you were going to hit us with that fucking George Washington trope. So help me God.
It is a test that Crystal's setting up because she knows Beck won't be able to help himself, and he will cut down that tree. Now, whether or not he tells the truth about it, well, we'll have to just wait and see.
When I do not remember this, but apparently when I was a very small child, my parents planted a couple of willow trees in their front yard, and I decided that I didn't like these little saplings, and I just ripped them up. And I guess my dad went out and tried to plant them again after I ripped them up, and I did it again, and that was then my dad's tree planting days were over. He was defeated by a 4-year-old.
Known tree hater, Michael Beck.
I like trees now. Trees are, if you have a tree in your yard, that's one of the things that means you're rich. To little boy Michael Beck. Now that I'm older. Yeah.
Did the tree have to be a certain size?
Well, I don't think it can be like a little novelty pocket tree. I mean, that wouldn't work. But basically anything that's in the ground, I think counts.
I don't know if we can top the excitement of Hottiest Tree.
Good luck.
So, yeah, I'm going to try with one of the most cliche topics in the history of white dudes talking on podcasts. And that is,
Yes.
here we go. We're reaching our full potential
Ooh.
with what is the hottiest superpower. And I want you to look at it from your perspective. Which one would you like to have? Not in an abstract, what's the best? For you personally, what is the hottiest superpower? And I used to have a very definitive answer to this, which I will not mention because one of you guys might pick it. But now is give me those good Logan Wolverine genes that make me live forever and things don't hurt and things heal immediately.
Mm-hmm.
You can have fun with all of your other more flashy ones. But I woke up yesterday and my knee just hurt. I don't know what I did. I slept really aggressively, I guess. And I was like, man, I bet Logan's knees don't hurt in the morning. I don't need the claws. I don't need the metal I know he does his mutant ability is not the metal skeleton. It's put on later. I get it.
Right.
Yes.
Right. Thank you.
Everybody understands. But I don't need any of that. I just want to maybe live for another 100 years and be young while I do it and not get sick or hurt anymore. Is that too much to ask?
No, I think it's pretty reasonable. And that's a solid choice, too.
I would be insufferable, though. I mean, it would be
yes.
bad.
Right. But you could go get your ass kicked because you were so insufferable and be like, I feel good.
I thought about that too. I thought, well, I'd start drinking a lot again.
Oh, yeah.
Because I couldn't hurt myself.
Mm-hmm. Run your
And
mouth to everybody.
I'd be so mouthy. I'd be so mouthy.
That's the fun
Because
part of it. Yeah.
I knew in 10 minutes I'd be fine. I would be the absolute worst.
Dwight would go
Having
to
this
every
ability.
he would track down like every New England Patriots bar and go watch every Pats game and just talk so much mad shit and just like curse people out, get his ass kicked and laugh it off and go home.
No. I would be going into deep red West Virginia and going to redneck bars is what I would be doing.
Oh, even better. Yeah,
I wouldn't even start at football.
I'm just envisioning like 18, 19 hours a day, every waking moment of just you wailing on a vuvuzela. That's really what I'm seeing here.
What do you think Wolverine does?
In his downtime?
I'm talking to Beck.
Oh, I was like,
How much vuvuzela do you think is going on in the comic books?
A below average amount, but not.
when you go so hard, you've got to have a healing factor whenever you just really go to 11 on that vuvuzela. I mean,
but I didn't. Yeah, as for the chapped lips, I didn't even think about the little things I wouldn't have to deal with.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
You cut yourself shaving. Boom, I'm fine.
Would I still use a seatbelt? That's a good question. Would I still use a seatbelt if I was Wolverine? I think so, because I wouldn't want the car to keep dinging. That's the thing. I think the car keeps going.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah. You also want to set a good example for the other, I assume, non-super empowered people in the car with you, because they'll be looking to you for guidance.
Well,
right.
when I get these powers, I will become an Uber driver immediately.
It's a good use.
You'll finally be able to be hired by Uber.com.
They're just like, we can't hire you until you have something to put under special skills. This is it. This is it. Indestructible. Beck, what is the hottiest superpower?
Well, Dwight, I would like to control the weather. And I don't mean even breaking character here. It's not even for supervillainous glee reasons. It's just because I've discovered in my life that the weather really has an impact on my state of mind, and also like things like my productivity at work. Things like how alert I'll stay when I'm reading at the end of the day. Like sort of a day where it's a little bit overcast and a little bit cool. These are my most productive days at work. So like if I need to, bang out a bunch of stuff for, the old boss man, there we go. Goodbye, Mr. Sun. Hello, maybe a little drizzle. But then on days when I just want to kick back and relax, boom, San Bernardino weather. There we go. That's.
I love that you still have a job in this scenario. You could be holding countries hostage with rainwater and drought, or tsunamis or whatever. But no, you're going to keep that job. You just want it to be nice outside.
First of all, there's nothing saying I can't be both a mid-level university bureaucrat and hold other nations hostage. I can do two things at once, and obviously these views do not reflect those of my employer. So.
You could be like, you could be a mob boss, but with farmers, you could be like, hey, a little protection money goes a long way around these parts, I could make these crops grow like, nobody's business, or I could make sure these dry as, can be. But
yes.
It's up to you. 5%.
Somebody's finally there to stick it to the farmers.
Farmers, yeah. Sorry, guys. I'm not endorsing it. I'm just saying.
I was just about to say, you're all envisioning some, noble rube with a straw hat. I'd be sticking it to fucking Archer Daniels Midland, guys. This is what farming is. Farming is the most sinister corporations in the country. And I'd be using my Zeus-like powers to rain thunderbolts down upon them.
And it's always going to be warm around you. So I assume you're like almost in a Speedo all the time while controlling the weather. And I think it's when you present the scenario to big farm or whoever, it's going to be very intimidating, because you've got to let your hair grow out so it just blows in the wind. You're just in that Speedo. You got a perfect tan.
Yes. I like all of this, and I like how close to all of this I am right now. Just a couple of clicks away.
Yep. Just need
You did change pants before we recorded.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Into
true.
short.
For the listener's comfort. Yeah.
Slice, what about you?
All right, this was a tough one, so many possibilities, but ultimately, number one, teleportation. It's no brainer for me, If I could teleport to anywhere, I could save so much gas, so much time, no more plane tickets, baby. I'm just, you know what? I want to go to Cancun today. I'm going to go to Cancun today. I want to go to work today. I guess I'll go to work today, and I'll get there just like that. I'm done. Don't have to wait. Not that my commute is that long anymore now that I'm here in Huntington, West Virginia. Once upon a time in the D.C. metropolitan area, that was a very different story, and that could have saved me so much time. But yeah, it'd be cool even in short term. Like I'm sitting down here with you guys and be like, be right back. I'm going to go get a beverage. Boom, boom, I'm back. Just so many cool things I could do, If I wanted to do a big heist, I could teleport into Fort Knox, grab some gold bars, and I'm out. Here I go.
That's where my mind went immediately.
Yes,
Crime.
absolutely. Absolutely. If I want to go back to that adult only section in like the VHS rental store, I could do it. No one knows I did it. I'm like, boom, boom.
Now you said teleportation, not time travel.
Well, there's this little place out in Milton that I could go to. But yeah, so many possibilities.
I like that both Slice and I want to work with our superpowers still. Like,
yes.
I immediately, as we always get to in this podcast, you two are arch enemies, of course.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
As we always, and it's like Beck is just trying to nail you down to ruin your day with weather, but you keep hopping around the globe.
Mm-hmm.
He's in a constant pursuit.
Chase me down. Catch me if you can, Beck. That's all I'm doing. I'll spend it all morning looking up forecasts and be like, all right, here we go. I'm going to Bangladesh. Boom.
I'm conjuring category 4 and 5 hurricanes to destroy every tiny, sad little porno place in Milton that Slice might have teleported to.
You're going to need a lot of hurricanes. I can't wait for like the 4 or 5 comic book run of Beck just trying to put an air tag on Slice somewhere. That's all it is. That's all he wants to do is put an air tag on Slice.
Well, the first 4 issues are Beck trying to figure out how air tags work, and then when he finally does, he's trying to figure out how to get it on me.
And we're back. Boys, who is the naughtiest coworker or boss that you have ever had? The naughtiest coworker or boss. And my naughtiest coworker or boss is a boss I've had. We're all very old at this point. We've all had a ton of jobs. One of my first jobs in the education business was being a teaching assistant for this guy, this history professor. And wait, I shouldn't say what discipline he was in, probably. So we'll just say a history professor. And
he's listening right now. He is listening.
Oh God, I hope for his sake he's dead at this point, because he was 1,000 years old when I was working for him.
Well, then he's definitely listening.
And this guy, this guy was just a fucking ogre. No one in my program ever wanted to teach for this guy, but everyone kept that a secret from the new graduate students in the program. So like everyone their first year almost was inevitably assigned to be this Correct. Just he was the worst. And the students were bright, interested students. They universally hated this guy, and this guy thought he was the best teacher in the world and had like this total multimedia extravaganza, what he thought set up for his lectures, but it was just all kind of lame and mean. He thought that young people really loved Bachman-Turner Overdrive still.
He's not wrong. He's not wrong.
Also, that he is who I learned about Bachman-Turner Overdrive from. They're a musical group, listener, that was popular long ago, and but anyway, enough about this guy. So one of the first assignments he gave me and his other teaching assistants was, this was a big lecture class he was teaching, and he wanted us to make him a seating chart for the lecture hall, which is bonkers on its own because people never sit in the same place in a lecture hall. Some people do, other people don't, but he wanted us to try to impose assigned seating on however much it was, 300 18-year-olds. And he wanted us to include the picture of everyone in the class on this seating chart. And this was circa 2005. So we were printing off just reams of paper with all of the students' pictures in the system, like the awful headshot that people have on their student ID, and cutting them out with scissors and gluing them to this big double poster board because one poster board wasn't big enough for this seating chart. We spent I have no idea how many thousands of hours making this fucking thing. He never looked at it. This was really the first experience I had in my life where I realized, oh yeah, sometimes your boss is a very distinguished, powerful man who just makes you do shit because he can for his own dark amusement.
Beck, you'll be surprised to learn, or maybe you won't, that every one of those students is dead now.
Well, about
it's
half
like
of them
someone knew exactly where they sat and what they looked like.
Well, yeah, he killed half of them with boredom before the end of the semester. I already know about those deaths.
They Bachman-Turner overdosed.
And then,
that's called taking care of business.
At the end of the semester, I get a call on my landline, because this is, far, far in the past. I get a landline call in the middle of the night telling me that this guy is in the emergency room with a cancer-related condition, but that he was going to have a conference call with me and the other teaching assistants the next morning because final grades for the class were due, and we had, graded all of the students' final essays, and we had to, as this man lay dying, he didn't die. He lived for many, many years after this. But as he could have been laying there dying, he made all of us argue in favor of every student we wanted to give an A to, because it was up to him whether someone could get an A, because really the average grade in that class really needed to be right at the line between between C+ and B-, and no more than 10% of the grades could be A's. Yeah. So this man had, I assume tubes and things coming out of him saying, no, that student sounds like a B+ to me. Again, students he didn't know because he never looked at the seating chart.
How long did you work for this guy?
Just one semester. No, because after you have him that first semester, you knew in the future to write in huge capital letters on your, assignment request sheets, no, this guy ever again, or I will never learn about history. Yeah. No, and it was grim because everyone realized, you can't tell the new people in the program about this guy yet because then they'll request not to have him, and then I might have to teach for him again. So it was a real prisoner's dilemma kind of thing where we just... Did you
enjoy maniacally laughing when people revealed they got assigned to him the next semester?
Of course. You know I did. Yeah.
Now, did any upperclassmen, tell you yo, this guy's great. You gotta You got to assist him, be a TA for him when you came in your first semester, where you're just like, oh, he sounds delightful.
This guy's great. He's always like just slipping you 20s. And
he takes us out on his pontoon boat every weekend, gets Papa John's and a keg. It's sweet. You got to teach for this guy.
Oh, this guy also had at least one of his degrees was from Duke. So there you go.
There you go.
It tells you everything you need to know about that institution.
Devil in the flesh, blue devil in the flesh.
Yeah. Slice.
Yeah.
Who's your naughtiest coworker or boss?
Well, I've had a handful of some naughty coworkers, but I've had fortunately, I've only had one really naughty boss, and it's the only time I've ever been fired from a job. But yeah, way back when, probably about close to 20 years ago, I was working at a college and working in a certain area of that said college, and we got a new director. And I'm not going to go into too much detail like you, Beck.
Right. It was the boiler room.
It was the boiler room. You know, Dr. Kruger was in there, and I was like, hey, he seems like a nice dude. Got some scars on his face, but that's okay. You know, who doesn't? Anyways, no. But anyway, I was working in this office, and the current director who hired me was great. Got along wonderfully with her and everything. And Autumn, I introduced Autumn, my wife, to her, and Autumn went and like did a bunch of like gardening and like weeding and things like that for her. And she said, "Are you allergic to poison ivy?" And Autumn said, "No, I don't think so. I've never had poison ivy before." Well, spoiler alert, Autumn is apparently very allergic to poison ivy because her arms look like Popeye's arms by the time she got done doing this stuff, and had to go to like the urgent care to get some stuff to get it under control because her arms were massive. But anyway, she retired. Very sweet woman. She hired me to like clear up her husband's like window business computers. I won't dwell too much on her. I already have. But she was great. I just don't want to get to the bad lady.
Wait. The boss who inflicted your wife with life-threatening poison ivy is not the bad boss.
No, sorry. I was transitioning because things were going great. I was like, this is great. She likes me. She's giving me all this other side works and stuff too, and like Autumn too. So here I am, just like fresh out of undergrad, like in my first year of grad school, and you know, I need money, and she was hiring me to do odd jobs on top of the stuff that I was doing there. That might be frowned upon. You know what? She's retired. Doesn't matter. So the new director comes along. And she sucks. She's really awful. From the get-go, she's just very just seemed like high school politics and bullshit. You know, there were some people in the office who had been there a while, and I don't know if they had applied for the position or not. I was like 24 at the time. I didn't read too much into it. I showed up, did my job, ran the lab, and kept the printer stocked with paper, kept all the computers functional and all this stuff, and went home. And that was about it. And there was some politics and unhappy people, and this new director came in and just really wanted to like revamp things and this and that, and you know, people who've been there for a while, well, we've been doing it this way for a long time and it's worked. We used to do it that way. It doesn't work if we do it that way. So then it created a lot of tension, and then people were filing grievances because the new director was very toxic and very micromanaging, and just she hired a personal friend to be her first, like her assistant, like wasn't even an interview process or anything. Pretty sure it's highly illegal to do that. I don't know that for a fact, but I don't think you can just not hold an interview process and create a position to hire your best friend into. But yeah. I mean,
I've seen it done.
Yeah, and she did that, and then
that's why I only staff this podcast with people who I don't like.
One day Coco's gonna replace us. But yeah, then one day came along, and she thought that I was covering for one of the counselors who had been there for many years, and who really butted heads with her and called her out on her bullshit all the time. And she was like, thought I was covering for her because she was going over to HR to file another grievance or something. And she said, "Where is so-and-so?" And I said, "I think she's at lunch. This is the time of day where she takes lunch." And she was like, "You think she's at lunch? I think you know where she is." I said, no, I don't. She said, when I saw her go out the door, she said, hey, I'm going to lunch, and walked across the street. And she said, are you sure about that? And I said, I'm positive. I watched this happen. Yes. And then she said, okay, we'll talk later. And I said, okay. And she walked off,
Oh, she
went
got you.
upstairs.
She got
And
you.
indeed, we did talk later, because later that day, she called me up to her office with her little goon friend who she hired in this position, and told me, I thought you had my best interest at heart, but I don't think you do. So I'm going to have to let you go. And I am at this point, like I said, I'm 24 years old. I don't know about wrongful termination or anything like that. And I haven't been written up for anything, haven't been verbally warned about anything. And she's just firing me on the spot because she says I don't have her best interest at heart. So I was just kind of stunned, and I was like, okay, all right, thanks. See you later. And I got in my car and went home. And the very next week, word had gotten around to someone who was actually significantly higher than her on the food chain about this, who had actually served as an interim director between the old director and this new director. And she said, what happened? And I explained it all to her. And she said, well, I want to offer you a new job. And so she offered me a job in this other department, which was above the one I was in, where the new director who fired me would have to go in and do weekly meetings. And the first time she came into the office, she saw me and did a double take, and it was like she saw a ghost. And she was like, what are you doing here? And I was like, oh, I work here now. So she, it was pretty great just to watch the sheer panic on her face. Like, oh, I wonder what he's told them. I wonder what's going on. But yeah, she sucked. She's awful. And don't know what she's doing now. Don't give a shit. Fuck you, lady.
I had a guy that worked for me, and I ran a department where we digitized medical records, physical medical records, which involved taking staples out of paper. And this guy was so enthusiastic about taking the staples out of the paper that he somehow used a staple remover, plunged it under the staple, yanked it out, and a staple flipped several times and then landed inside of his eyeball. Just inside, like it was just laying on his eye. So now I have to take a grown man, a man older than me, to urgent care because he's placed a staple in his eye. So there's a very awkward drive. I believe in a company PT Cruiser, which is probably the most humiliating part of the story. And we get the staple taken out, and he's like, "Do you kind of have the rest of the day off?" I was like, "Well, of course. I didn't expect you to go back to work with your eye patched up." The next day, the owner of the company, having heard this story, comes in and to all of my department, without talking to me, hands them all goggles. And tells them from now on, they best wear these goggles while doing the work, because he doesn't want a lawsuit on his hands, from what I understand. And this went over like a bag of fucking rocks with my people. And I told him, I was like, if you see him around, put him on. I don't give a shit. Don't, just whatever. And our staple friend who started all of this, within a week, I go to lunch and come back with a note on my chair that says, I believe I'm getting this right, the Florida Department of Revenue has caught up with me and I must leave. And then he signed his name. He just disappeared while I was at lunch.
I'm sorry. I think you misheard this category. This is not a hottiest. This is a naughtiest. This guy sounds amazing. I want to hang out with this guy right now.
I'm sure he's still on the run from the Florida Department of Revenue, if that's an actual thing.
What a badass. What a badass.
One of my prime gripes with this place I used to work was I wasn't involved in all of the hiring processes for my department. So, oh boy, did I get some winners. It was great. But yeah, I wish I could remember that guy's name. I would give it, but I can't. I can't for the life of me place it. Because it would be a great Google search. Because he's certainly in prison now. I mean, there's no way he's not in prison.
Dwight, that man is now the vice president of the United States.
You know who it is, probably. It's probably, who is that congressman with the eye patch?
Oh, yes.
Crenshaw?
Crenshaw, yeah.
Yeah, that's that idiot.
Dan Crenshaw.
It's probably that guy.
Wow, I can't believe that is in there. That makes me very sad.
Of course, the end of that story is we threw away the goggles as soon as he quit. So I guess it's a happy ending.
They don't work out.
You neutralized the threat at work, so you didn't need the personal protective equipment anymore. Yeah.
Anything to protect the company.
Now, no one has asked the most important question yet. Were you able to save the stapler that was caught in his eye, or did the company have to eat that loss?
Oh, the staple itself?
Yes, the staple itself. Yeah.
Much like my liver, the doctor refused to give it to me when it was over.
Rude ass doctors.
Can you believe that?
Jesus.
Said it was medical waste.
Can't a patient get a
"Whoa."
souvenir? Can't a patient get a goddamn souvenir?
I said, it might be waste to you, but I have a company I'm running here. I'm looking at a bottom line, and I need that staple.
Well, that's our show for the day. I'm so glad that you tuned in to join us. We're on all of the things, all of the places. You know all of the things, listener. That's how you found us in the first place. Keep going back to that for more.
I say if you're only listening to the audio, you're missing half the show. I would suggest you go to YouTube and watch us because we're all super handsome.
Super handsome. And if you don't watch us on YouTube, you're going to miss out on Dwight's phone gag early on in the first segment, my riveting segment about trees. So really, you do need to come to YouTube and check us out.
Thanks for listening, everyone. We love you.
Thank you for listening. This has been Two Hotties and a Naughty, a podcast about life's little victories and constant disappointments, as hosted by Michael Beck, Hicks, and Dwight Slappe. Editing and production by Michael Sullivan. Our theme is Handel's Entrance of the Queen of Sheba for Two Oboes, Strings, and Continuo Allegro, as performed by the Advent Chamber Orchestra. Crystal Howe speaking.
Do you think we need to cut out that thing about the phone gag? Because it'll have gone viral by now. By the time this goes out?
Oh, yeah.
I can't wait for all the kids to be doing TikTok phone dances.
They'll be like, 6'7", 6'7", 6'7".
All the kids making crazy about getting phone calls from President Eisenhower. Hello?
Have you guys heard about these sugar maples, bro? That's where the syrup comes from. Ah.